you. Yeah, you. Are you trying to get better at Brawl Stars? Well, watch this entire video for the best build for every single brawler in the game. And without further ado, make sure to subscribe and let's get into it. In case you guys didn't know, this is how much it costs to get a brawler to level 11. Pause it if you need to see it. You know we gotta start the video off with Shelly, and for gadgets, always use clay pigeons. You will never get value out of fast forwarded. So, it's not the best gadget, but it's better. And for the gears, make sure to use speed and damage. It's just good on Shelly. You could use shield if you want. And if you're playing Ball or any other mode, use Shell Shock. But if you're playing Showdown, then use Band-Aid. And of course, just have her hypercharge. Alright, next up we got Nita, and both her star powers work well. It doesn't matter which one you get. I would recommend Faux Fur for Heist, and this one for Brawl Ball. And you want the pet power gear and the shield or speed gear for Nita. And Hyper Bear if you're playing Heist, and bear with me if you're playing anything else. But Hyper Bear works everywhere, so does Bear with me. Nita's gadgets and star powers are very versatile, and of course just have her hypercharge. Alright, now Bull, you just need Stomper. Like, it should just be his base kit. But I would recommend speed or damage for him. Both of them are good, or even the gadget cooldown because of how necessary his gadget is. But if you're a good Bull main, you wouldn't really need it. And supercharge, it just makes it more fun, and then tough guy for the star power. Very good star power. And of course, just have the hypercharge. Colt just depends on how you want to play him. Like, play Silver Bullet if you want to destroy walls, or if you're a good Colt main, hit all your shots, then you should play Speed Loader. And then for the gears, you should go gadget cooldown and reload speed. And then slick boots, I like to use. Magnum specials are very special to me, but yes, boots I think it's good. And just of course the hypercharge. Alright, for Brock, I would use rocket laces because you can dodge shots if they're coming to you and you have good reflexes. This one's good for opening the map if you have a good open map comp. I would use the reload and the shield gear. And then rocket number 4 is pretty good because then you have more DPS, especially if you're playing him in Heist, and just have his hypercharge. Alright, it's all primo time, and suplex, you'll get more value just because this gadget takes too long to land. So yeah, this is a good one. I'll use the supercharge gear and the healing gear. And then for star powers, Meteor Rush is good, and Fuego is also good. But for Ball it's better for self-scoring, well, self-passing. And then of course just the hypercharge. Poco is pretty simple, tuning fork. I don't really see a purpose of protective tunes. I would go gadget cooldown and shield for Poco. That's good for him. And then Screeching Solo, it's really good. The cap out could be good sometimes, but Screeching Solo is just better. And of course the hypercharge. Rosa, it kind of just depends on the map, like, and also the comp. If they have no bush breakers, Grow Light is broken. But if it's a bushy map, unfriendly bushes like Snake Prairie, it's really good. Speed gear works with their gadget, and this one works with their gadget too. This one also works with their gadget. This one I don't really see a point of, so yeah, always use Plant Life and the hypercharge. Alright, for Barley, I would use Sticky Syrup Mixer, just because it's better to deal with those stats. This one's also good, but I'd use this one more. And for gears, just use the shield and gadget cooldown. Star powers, medical use is very annoying because it heals so much. And this one is good too, yeah, but I think medical use is better. And of course, just the hypercharge. Alright, next we have Jessie, and I would really prefer you to use Spark Plug over the other one, just because it's very annoying. And for the gears, you're going to want the pet power gear and the reduced gadget timer gear. And then for the star powers, you're going to want Energize to keep that thing alive and being annoying. Shocky is very useful, and have the hypercharge. Alright, for Dynamike, you are always going to need satchel charge. Fidget spinner will never land, so just use satchel charge. And for gears, I would recommend the shield gear and healing or damage, or even faster gear gadget. And the demolition, unless you're a really good Dynamike main, Dynajump will not help your team. Alright, for Tick, you're gonna want to have the Last Hurrah, defend off against assassins and tanks. Mine main won't help you very much. And for the gears, you're gonna want to use Thick Head and shield gear or faster gadget cooldown. Either works. And oil is good for Tick. Automatic reload doesn't work very well. I have 8-bit max rank, but cheat cartridge is definitely better for him. And you want to use the reload speed just for, because he's good at long range. And then just heal gear is good for him because he has so much health. Damage gear or gadget cooldown, whatever you want. Boosted booster is good because it helps your entire team. If you're a good 8-bit main, you can learn to deal with the slowness and just have the hypercharge. Alright, for Rico, you're gonna wanna this one is good, but gadget is better. And then reload speed is good for him. Damage or gadget cooldown is good for gadget. And both of Rico's start powers are good. Super bouncy is just good if you're playing with a lot of walls, but this one's also good with a lot of walls, so it doesn't really matter. And just have the hypercharge. Alright, for Darrly, you're gonna want recoiling rotator. I think is better for him. This one's not bad, but in my opinion, recoiling rotator is better. And for his gears, you're gonna want health recovery and damage gear. And then for star powers, if you're playing with heists, use rolling reload. Anywhere else, steel hoops and the hypercharge. Alright, it's time for super skilled Penny, and salty barrel is really good. Trusty spyglass is only really good in heist, so I'd run start salty barrel, and then use pet power for her. And actually she's good with the vision gear because of her insane spread shot. And for star powers, master blaster, I feel like heavy coffers is better for her, but only play master blaster if you know the comp and use the hypercharge. Alright, I am not a very good Carl main, but I do know that heat ejector is very good for him. I do know that damage would be good for him, and gadget cooldown would be good for him. Power throw is bugged and doesn't even work, and so protective Perot, whatever, works, and the hypercharge. Alright, for super skilled Jacky, you're gonna want pneumatic booster. This one is only good for potato BS comps, so yeah, just use that. And then speed gear because she's good in bushy maps, and the supercharge gear for her skilled super. Counter crush is really good. This one's annoying, but this one's way more annoying. And just use the purple button of skill for her. Alright, I'm not a very good Gus main, but I know Cookie Popper's better, and Soul Switcher literally nerfs you. And I would use healing gear and gadget cooldown gear. And then I also know that Spirit Animal is good and Health Bonanza is terrible because the ghosts stay on the other side. And then use the hypercharge that is not out yet. Alright, for Bow, you're going to want to use Tripwire just because it's such a fast cooldown. And sometimes you just need your mines to be activated. Use the reload gear, and no, you don't need that. Shield or damage would be good for Bow. And Snare Bear is really good, unless you're playing Snake Prairie, then use Circling Eagle, and have the purple button of skill. Gonna want Friend Zoner because Acid Spray barely helps you, and Friend Zoner just helps you with assassins. And for the gears, I would use gadget cooldown and damage gear for her, and hype. Hype is good for keeping her alive, especially if the enemies stack up. I have not used Bad Karma a lot. It's good, but hype is better. And of course, just use her purple button of skill. Alright, for not Bow, Stu, Breakthrough is good, but Speed Zone, I don't know, they're both versatile, you can use them anywhere. for gears, I would use damage or shield and get it cooldown. And then always use gas and heal. Zero drag could be good for self-passing, but gas and heal is so much better. Purple button of skill. Alright, for Piper, homemade recipe is better because if you have your super, that's how you should dodge assassins. And this one's just good for confirming a kill, gets cooldowns good, and use health or shield. Both of them are good for. And snappy sniping, I prefer to use ambush is good on some maps, but I really like snappy sniping. Purple button of skill. Alright, for Pam, use Scrap Sucker. It's annoying gadget. And heal gear and super turret helps her a lot. Mama's hug is good. They're both good. I prefer Mama's hug though. And then just use your hype charge that isn't even out yet. Alright, for Frank the Tonk, you're gonna want active noise cancelling. Irresistible attraction is good, but this one's way more better, especially on the comp. Actually, if they don't have any stuns or any knockbacks, just use this. But uses his heal gear because of how much health he has, and gadget thingy, make skibbity face, and then power grab sponge. They should just change it to free supercharge, and then power grab is way better. Purple button of skill. Alright, for Bibi, you're gonna want vitamin booster because it's a lot of healing, especially since she's a tank. And use the gadget cooldown since it's such a good gadget. Damage or health works for her. And speed home run is better in my opinion. This one is good. Paired with like a max, this is really good, but this is what I prefer. Purple button of skill. Alright, tell me why you're trying to max out B. Because that's why you're at this segment right now. Tell me why you're trying to max out B. That's a no-no. I'm not giving a tip for this one. Alright, for Nani, you're definitely going to want to use Return to Sender. This one could be good in heists, but this one's also good everywhere, so yeah, just use that. And supercharged gear for her, and shield since she has such low health. And then autofocus if you're playing bounty or knockout, and then this also works bounty knockout, but it's really good in hot zone. Purple button of skill. Alright, for Edgar, honestly it doesn't matter. If I really were to say hardcore would be better for duels and solo showdown, this is better for ball, knockout, all the other modes, so I'd prefer Let's Fly. Supercharged gear is good, and either Gadget cooldown or speed boost for him. Fisticuffs is really good, especially in 1v1s. Hard landing also good, but I think Fisticuffs is better. And then purple. Alright, for Griff, Piggy Bank is great for opening the map because Griff is great in open maps. This one does not help you a lot. And then reload for her or him. My bad. Don't roast me, brawl reflex, and damage gear, even though he already does enough damage. And then business resilience is very annoying. You can attack and heal at the same time. This one would pair good with this one, but it doesn't. So just use business resilience. He has a hyper. Alright, for Grom, you're gonna want radio check because this one is the map dependent, so this one's good everywhere. Shield gear and faster gadget cooldowns is good for him. And X Factor, it's not the best star power, but foot patrol is just terrible. And just have the purple button of skill. We're getting pretty far in the video, and I know I don't play Bonnie, but I do know that Crash Test is terrible, and Sugar Rush is almost depends on it. And for gears, you would use the supercharged gear and the health gear since she has so much health. And then black powder is also not the best, but wisdom tooth will never get you value, so just always use black powder. Alright, for Gale, you're gonna want to use Twister because Spring Injector is only good for cheesy comps. And you're gonna want to use the shield, the damage gear, and the shield gear. And I don't know. Both the star powers are good. I'd prefer Blustery Blow if you were able to land your shots. For Colete, you're gonna want to use Gotcha because it gets so much healing. It's able to keep her alive and in the fight. This one isn't that helpful. And then I would use the shield gear and the gadget cooldown gear. And for star powers, Push It is really good. This one could be good, but Push It's better for her. And just have Teen Spirit. Alright, for Belle, you really want to use Nest Egg because she can't do much against assassins. This is kind of only defense against them. And then use the reload gear. You could use shield gear if you want, but damage gear is good too. And then positive feedback is good. Grounded isn't terrible, but I just think positive feedback's better. And then the hypercharge. Alright, for Ash, one of my favorite brawlers, Chill Pill is really good. You're really not going to want to sacrifice your health just for some rage. 8 seconds, that's crazy. Yeah, Chill Pill is good for just keeping Ash alive. Then use the supercharge gear and the healing gear so you can keep your rage up and your health up. And first bash is really good. This one I don't really see a difference when I play him. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't see a difference. But first bash is really good, and then uses hypercharge is really good. And I'm pretty sure this is the only exclusive skin I have. That's just a bonus pack. I don't play Lola, so it's gonna be a guess. But I think Freeze Frame is the better gadget. I've seen more people use it. Reload speed and probably shield gear is good for her. And then I think Improvise is used a lot. I don't think a lot of people use Seal for Kiss. I don't know. I don't see a lot of people play Lola and just have the hypercharge, even though it doesn't do much. Alright, for Sam, you're gonna watch Magnetic Field because half the time Pulse Repellent will actually nerf you. So just use Magnetic Field to get that kill. And then use Damage Gear and Speed Gear is good, or even Health Gear, because he's basically a tank. Hardy Recovery is a really good start power. This one is terrible, especially compared to this one. And just have Hyper Boost. Mandy's Candy! Alright, you're gonna want Cookie Crumbs. This one's good against assassins, but I mean, if you can keep them away, I guess it won't help you. Cookie Crumbs is better for this as a surprise attack. And then Shield and Damage Gear is good for her. And then In My Sights is really good. They buffed Hard Candy, so it's better, but In My Sights is still better. And then just do the Snake Thug, Mandy Candy, Awesome Sigma, Team Wipe. Alright, for Maisie, use the Disengage just because it pairs so well with their super. And then I would use Shield Gear, Shield or Damage, and then Gadget Cooldown. And then Tremors is good for her. Actually, it's really good. This one's not... It would be good if it wasn't so precise. It's like at the very, very edge of the tip, so it's just so precise it's not useful. This one's just really good paired with the gadget, her super, everything. And then this one is funny. Alright, for Milky Hank, you are gonna want Barricade. Water balloons work sometimes. This Barricade just helps him stay alive. I would use Heal Gear for him and Damage Gear. They're both really good on Hank because he's a tank. And then It's Gonna Blow is good star power. And Take Cover would be good if it wasn't so precise. You have to be hugging the walls. It's not very good. And even though it fell off hard, just use Homing Fish Isles because it's still a hyper. It still gets some speed and damage. So even though it fell off, still use it. Alright, for Pearl, you're going to want to use Overcooked. It's a really good gadget, and is Made with Love is terrible. Like, it's not terrible, but it doesn't help you very much. Just compared to Overcooked, it's broke. It's terrible. And then Shield Gear. Actually, no. I think Health and Damage would be good for Pearl. And then heat shield is really good for her. I feel like this is only really good in Brawl Ball. Because of knockout, you're long range, you're not going to be using your super. So keeping that heat is so good for damage and shield. And then just have her not very good hype charge, but it's still speed boost and damage boost, so just have it. Alright, for the twins, you're gonna want to use Order Fall Back. It will help keep you and Lawrie alive. This one just does not help you. Like, sure, now you have a shotgun. Yay. This one's better. Use the gadget cooldown because the Order Fall Back is so helpful. It's just, you need it a lot. And then shield gear is good for him. And then my professional opinion, protocol assist is better, especially when you're playing as tanks. I don't see much of a use for this one, but if you think there's a use for it, well then use it. I'm not here to tell you, I'm just here to inform you. Alright, for the mosquito, you're going to want to use Steam Flight, just so you can survive better in case an assassin jumps on you. And even though it's mutation, we're not going to get into it. I would use probably healing and damage for him. And for star powers, Empower is really good because it'll help him stay alive and do a crazy poison damage. But Flow is good because in height in maps like Bridge Too Far, it's almost impossible to hit him. The only problem is he doesn't have the healing from his super anymore. And just have his hype charge. It pairs really well with Empowered. Alright, Barry's one of my favorite brawlers, and I can say that Friendship is great, is so great, pun intended. This one's only really good for heist. So yeah, just use this one, I like it. Use the gadget cooldown because it's such a good gadget. And then shield gear because he's so weak. And then Floor is Fine is really good because then you can throw more cream around. Because without it, like, you don't really need to do extra damage berries support. And then its hype charge is really good. It's so fast to charge. Alright, for Shade, you want to use Long Arms. I don't see a lot of point of jump scare. I don't even see anyone play Shade. And when they do, they use Long Arms, so just use it. Now to use shield gear to keep him alive, and damage gear because he does a lot of damage. And then Hardened Hoodie is really good. I don't see a point of Spooky Speedster. Hardened Hoodies is better. Alright, for Meeple, you're going to want to use Mansions of Meeple. Actually, both of them are good. I think Mansions of Meeple is better. Just, it pairs well with the super. And then for his gears, I would use healing and shield gear. And then for star powers, I would use roll bending. Since he has such slow reload, this one's good for the entire team. I don't know. If I really were to get one, I would get Do Not Pass Go. This one's good though.